Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel. So I want to make sure I get that on there so when I look at the video I know which one is which. So in video number 1 of this is the extra handmade hugs. Oh, I am so not with it. Handmade hugs fun fold, right? But for this one, we are using the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. Heartfelt Hexagon. This is part 2 as it is the same basic fold of part 1, but I made it larger. So that was interesting to do. And do I have the measurements down? I don't have them written down yet, but that's okay. I have them on my handy dandy little template. So we'll go over that. So anyways, welcome. And I'm sorry I'm not with it yet. I'm still like, I swear, I think my brain fogged out while I was laid up in bed. So let's flip this over. Let me show you the card. So I'm going to show you the one I just did in video number 1 in case you didn't see it. I made this gorgeous little card using retired DSP and cardstock. Cute little fun fold. Okay, this was the small version, the regular version, and it folds up several ways. You can put it in this envelope any way you like. That's the one for video number 1. And we were featuring these butterfly accents. You get 40 of them. I absolutely love this because I think 40 is going to last me forever. Paper butterfly accents. And you get 5 on a sheet right here. And I already colored one. We'll color some more. But this is, I should have kept out the other one. I want to show you the size difference. So here's this one, right? Can you see? Let me turn it this way. It's going to fit in the same identical envelope. It really, I promise you it will. So this is the one in video number 1. Okay, that fits in this envelope. The reason why I went back and I was like, I bet you could make this larger and make it fit in the envelope. And it does. You just have to make sure that that little pop in or out piece is not out unless you wanted to make your own envelope. So, but this fits beautifully in this envelope. And I chose to do a wedding card. I don't do a lot of weddings. I don't know a lot of people who are getting married, so I don't have a use for them. But this paper I thought went very beautifully with that. So this is the card we are going to make. I'm going to put this one back in its envelope and put that aside. And I'm going to walk you through all of our measurements. I even have this template is cut. I do recommend y'all to make templates for fun folds. You see me, I keep these in a notebook. Is this the one that has the staples in it? Lately I've been stapling my templates to my notebook. So this one here, right? I'm going to add a staple. You guys can see me do it, so I'm not lying to you. All right, so I stapled it in there. You could add a paper clip, but this template goes with the instructions here for me. This one will get this one when I write it down, but for right now, we're going to go over it together, and we're going to fold our card together. So I did do prep work. So we're going to start with our card base. Now our card base is, let me hold this up for you so you get a better look. Our card base is 5.5 by 11. It is scored identically to card in video number 1. 3 1/4, 5.5, 7 3/4. You're going to do the same identical thing on the 3 1/4 and the 7 3/4. You're going to come down from the top 2 3/4, 2 3/4, make a mark, or just cut with the trimmer across to make that pop in and out piece. So for the layers for this card, here we go. And I have the same package of DSP. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it. I just chose a different print. So let me go get all of my goodies that I did all this prep work for out of the way. So you have 2 pieces of Pear Pizzazz at 3 by 5 1/4. Then your DSP is 2 3/4 by 5. I already have one glued down. We are actually going to stamp on this one. It's the same. I'm just flipping it over, and we're going to do our stamping on that piece. So I'm going to set those aside. Then the top and bottom pieces for this particular card base, meaning the in and out parts here and here, they're identical. So you're going to need to cut 4, okay, 4 pieces that are 2 by 2 1/2. Your DSP then is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4, and I already have that all done. So all I have to do is glue that down, and then that's for the bottom. So I have some extra pieces. So in this package of DSP, you had this little border piece with this gorgeous floral, and I just simply fussy cut it out. We're going to glue it here, give it a trim, and I'm going to cut it apart and put it top and bottom. I'm going to use dimensionals this time. Now for these pieces here, this was a frame that came in it. These are actually the same one. So this is a frame piece. I cut it down to get my pictures here, and I just wanted to show you that was one of the frames of this DSP. I just simply cut and used what I wanted, and I can fussy cut this out, use it on another card if I so choose. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the envelope is done the same as video number 1. This is 2 1/2 by 6. I glued it down, fussy cut it. The difference here is instead of a 1/2 inch, I used 3/4 inch and just glued it to the bottom of my envelope. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and work on our fold. And for that, I need my trimmer. So we're going to start with 3 1/4 inches. 1, 2, and 3. Move it to 5 1/2, which is the center of the card. 1, 2, and 3. Now you can move this down to 7 3/4 or take it out, turn it around, line it back up at 3 1/4, and score. 1, 2, and 3. Now, from here, you can use the ruler, come in from the top, whichever your top is, come down 2 3/4. I don't need to do this, actually. What I'm going to do is take one end, line it up at 2 3/4. On this side of this, let me hold this up. You see this right here? 3 1/4. And right here is a little groove in the cutting blade. That's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to hold this up while I do it. Bring it down here, line it up to 3 1/4. Push down. Now I'm going to cut all the way down to 7 3/4. Make sure when you have your cardstock in here, you use gentle pressure and keep it all the way at the top, butted up against here to keep it from moving when you do something like this. So I'm bringing it down 7 3/4. Perfect. There is our cut. And we're going to fold in both directions. So I'm going to fold up on all of my score lines. Then I'm going to turn it over and do it the opposite direction. So now I'm going back. This just helps to make it fold easily. I'm taking my grandson Christmas shopping today. My first day out of bed, and we are Christmas shopping. So you have your card. This is our split. Push there. This will pop up. There is your fold. And it is a nice, big, beautiful card. I do like the idea of this being for a wedding. However, I don't know anybody to send it to for a wedding. So it's just one of those cards I'm going to have around. So, excuse me. I am going to use this as my Stampin' Pierce mat as mine has disappeared. So from the Heartfelt Hexagon, it has Mr. and Mrs. And I hope your day is filled with joy. We are going to use this one for our sentiment part right here. I'm going to stick with the Marvelous Magenta. Now I know from my sample one, I want to bring it out here because I want to put a big butterfly down here. So I'm going to bring this like right here and have it to the side. I stuck it in the middle and I had a little bit of a hard placement. And I just liked keeping with the Marvelous Magenta ink. So next we have, we have Mr. and Mrs., right? And, oh, did I show you my circles? I did do circles. I used the decorative circle punch in Marvelous Magenta and a 2-inch circle punch of Pear Pizzazz. Now I have space here for a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. I'm going to stamp Mr. and Mrs. I'm just using scrap paper that I have laying around. Right there should do it. Well, it's going to be close. Not quite perfect, but I already actually have it done, so that's okay. Let me show you what I did. So here is my Mr. and Mrs., right? This was that paper. See this little frame here? So I fussy cut the inside of it out. And I needed it to set up. So I did this before I did these videos. I just glued a little bit on the outside of this. And now I'm going to fussy cut around my circle. Just tying in all those elements. And for me, I am using up this DSP that I've had forever, which is really fun for me, actually. When I tried doing this before, the glue wasn't set up. It just needs a few minutes to sit. So there we have it. Mr. and Mrs. is done. This can go in the recycle bin. And we are all done with Marvelous Magenta. So we can set those aside. And let's start putting our card together. So that's going on dimensions. This one was supposed to, that wasn't supposed to go on dimensions, but it is now. All right, let's see. Oh, let's just go ahead and use that little bit up too. We're going to glue this onto its counterpart, which is the 2-inch Pear Pizzazz circle, which is then glued to its counterpart of the Deco Circle Punch in Marvelous Magenta. I even have a ribbon done. All right. Yikes. Why? That's bugging me. All right, so this goes on to its counterpart of Pear Pizzazz. which this Pear Pizzazz piece is 3 by 5 1/4. The DSP is 2 3/4 by 5. Big X. Let's hopefully get some in dashes since it's such a big piece. This one is going on the right side. Yesterday I spent like over an hour cleaning out my glue bottles, and I don't know why I didn't just do an X, but there we have it. Cleaning them, filling them up. It was so cold, the glue was so slow moving. Okay, there's that one. Our other piece that is 3 by 5 1/4 in cardstock, and our DSP is 2 3/4 by 5. This goes on to the other side. Right and left panels, big X. Let's finish the X. The glue is freezing, I'm sure. Dashes instead of dots. This was such beautiful paper. And on that bright, marvelous magenta, it really just pops in my opinion. So now we have our 4 little panels, and these are all 2 by 2 1/4 Pear Pizzazz, 1 3/4 by 2 1/4 of the DSP. So you need to decide. I did opposites. So these are identical, these are identical. I'm just putting them in opposite corners. And I'm going to turn on the heater. Sorry, I can't take it no more. My little toes are cold. The hands being cold is one thing. My little toes being cold, not happy. And I'm sure my grandson's probably wondering, when is she taking me Christmas shopping? That is today. Told my daughter, it's my daughter's day off. You guys are going to laugh. This is what I told her. I said, okay, honey. I said, tomorrow I get to be out of bed. I said, so I'm taking your car, your son, and your cash and going Christmas shopping. She was like, Mom. And I said, I'm taking your son to do his Christmas shopping. She's like, all right. She was like, really? She was cracking up. She's like, my car, my son, and the cash. I said, yes. And you can sit and sleep in and do whatever it is you want to do. She's like, but I won't have a vehicle. I said, that's right. I said, because I will be taking it. So he needs presents for his mom, and present for Jissa and Aunt Carol, and then he needs a white elephant present, which I have to cut him loose in the thrift store with cash. I just have to keep a little eye on him because nobody can know what his gift is, because we are having a game night on Christmas Eve. It's going to be so much fun. So here is my decorative circle punch with the 2-inch circle punch and the 1 3/4. I am going to set this in the center on this side. I took some sheer ribbon and made a bow with my bow maker, and I am going to set this right there, I think. And I am going to do that with some tear tape. And then we're going to do a few butterflies, I think, on here. You could stamp with love. I just think the paper speaks so well all by itself. I don't need a whole lot on here. I'm not worried about that blank space. It might bug some people. I worry that, oh my goodness, they're going to say, why didn't you finish this off? But wait, I'm not done with the card yet, guys, okay? So do you remember these 2 pieces? Let me show you on the white on my glass mat. I fussy cut these, were a border. This piece is going to go right here on dimensionals, but it needs to be cut down to the 5 1/4 inch mark. So let me grab my guillotine. Which side do I want it off of? 5 1/4 is right there. So there's that. This can go away now. And this, you're going to see how, oh, the DSP 5 1/4 is the pear pizzazz, so it needs to be by 5. That's okay. We just bring it in and chop it off again, right? No big deal. 5. There. Only one of them. Only one. And we need dimensionals. And I'm just going to stick the dimensionals along the edge. Break them up so they go farther. Though I will have to get more out. So that sheet of dimensionals is all gone. If you push in the center, it pops the edge up. I know people use pokey tools and all kinds of stuff. It's unnecessary. If you just pop it right there, it lifted up. But they're all wanting to stay on my table. So I'm gonna push this right here in the corner. Beautiful, beautiful little bit of detail. Oh, so gorgeous. And we still have butterflies. Now this piece needs to go top and bottom, and this is 3 inches here. So this just needs to get cut in half at 3. Put that away. And we need dimensionals. Don't worry, I know where they're at. I do. So I'm gonna do 3 across the top and 3 across the bottom. I wish I knew somebody who was getting married. Or I could do it as an anniversary card. It won't be my anniversary card to my husband, but if I know somebody's having an anniversary, I could send this to them. So the bottom. Oops. I did it again, didn't I? It's 2 3/4. DSP. Cardstock is 3. Ah! That's all right. I want to keep this pretty bit, so it is 2 3/4. Do it this way so I get that flat edge there. There's the one. Where's the other? It's a good thing I didn't put dimensionals on these. So DSP is 2 3/4. There we go. Oh, I love it. So pretty. So push in and one end will pull up. See that? It just pops up. Push in. It pops up. Oh. Okay, so butterfly time. Now in video, we're going to have to redo this butterfly, by the way. Video number 1, I showed you how I colored these with sponge daubers and a blender pen, but I need my butterfly to go this way. So we have to do the opposite side here. So where is my... Sorry, hold on. Drop the package of butterflies. So sponge dauber ink blend. So just the dark smoky slate for my butterfly's body. do be careful with their antennae. They do come off as far as they rip very easily because it's just thin paper. So let's color the butterfly around the body in the dark. I'm not even stamping off. I went a really nice dark border around the body of my butterfly. Did I say I wanted it dark? Yes, I did. Just so you guys know, I know it's going to be dark. And then in the center, up the center, and then light now in the rest of the butterfly. You can do so much with these butterflies. This was me just being, I'm going to do a little bit more dark in this little, let me show you, this big opening. I want darkness around him. Nice dark pink. This would be a great birthday card from my daughter, as she loves pink, and this is her shade of pink. So you could write here, you could stamp with love, love you, so many things. You can also put the butterfly like here. I want my butterfly, why is my butterfly not wanting to, it's got to stay within the card. See, I should have stamped that farther up. So now I got a dilemma. If I put it here, it has to be able to go there. So we've got to figure out, I guess I need a different butterfly. Stop trying to use that one. Let's work on another butterfly, everybody. I'm so sorry. I just need a smaller butterfly. We're going to do these two. The same thing. You guys just get to see me do two more. Oops, see? Gentle with the butterfly. My other one, this little one, lost his antennae. So there's me, two butterflies, bodies. And we're going to go around the outside really dark. Most of this butterfly might end up being dark. It's okay. Light in the center, dark around. I don't mind doing the body. It just gives it a cute little look. It's not gonna go in the center, and then light everywhere else. All right, two butterflies. Hopefully you guys don't mind waiting for that. I wonder if I lost my first butterfly antenna in there. So that one has his two antenna, whatever. All right, I just have an extra one in pink, in magenta pink. So where this little butterfly is gonna get glued here, this one, I don't know. I could do them right here, just glue them down. I think we're going to do that. I'm going to glue them down. I can change the placement, right? All right. So here's one butterfly. Here's the other. Just dotting or in the center. Now we need some rhinestones, something to make this sparkle. And we're going to go ahead and continue using these, and maybe I can use them all up. So, just like I did on the first one. I think I'm going to go here. All right, and there. Third one. Go there, and we have some more to play with. Do we want to put it on the butterfly's head? Yes. Yes, we do. And I have a couple more that I can use, and then they're all gone. And I'm okay with that. 1, 2, and 3. So there is my card. Now I didn't do anything for the back yet, but I wish I had. Let's see, let's see what I have. Let's just use a piece of DSP if we have any, with a light. We can put that on the back. I wonder if Fussy cut some of that out. But no, we are just going to cut it down. We are going to cut it down to 3 by 5 1/4 because we need something for the back. 3 by 5 1/4, which it's not quite there. So that will just have to do. And let's see, what else do we have? We can add some more floral detail. Where's that DSP? What do we have that can be used? Oh, just get it all out. I had it all put away. That is really, really pretty. But I'm not sure. Here we go. We can just stick that on the back. Oh, this is a smaller strip. We'll do that one. You guys, I keep so much stuff and I try to give it away too. All right, so we're going to add this to our piece, and I think we're going to cut this down to 1/2 inch so it's not so wide. There we go. Ooh. Maybe the thinner bit, thinner or thicker. I like the thicker one. So 1/2 inch, scribble, scribble, scribble down the side. Yes, 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 yes. We're gonna glue it down. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna stick it right here. Perfect. And it's a light enough color on the back of this DSP to handwrite whatever it is I so choose. So that's for the back. I'm almost thinking I want to do another piece on there, but I'm not going to. I can just keep going and going and going. So that is my larger version of whatever the fold this is called. I don't know. I honestly don't. But here is my matching envelope. Now I'm going to show you. Now you will, for this fold, you will have to have both of those in. It folds up and it will go into an envelope. It is bulky. It's going to cost you about $1 and something to mail this. If you were going to a wedding, you don't have to worry about that. But it is a showstopper of a little card, and I absolutely love it. So this is the large version. You can do it either way. Okay, so this is the large version, and let me show you from video number 1, the short version of this card. So here, if you put them side to side, you'll see the difference in size, but they both fit in the same envelope. The dimensions for this one, the only difference is this is 4 1/4 by 11. this one is 5.5 by 11. So there you get to see two using the same DSP, making the same basic card. They are both scored at 3 1/4, at 5.5, at 7 3/4. They are both from the top of your card base down 2 3/4 on the 3 1/4 and the 7 3/4 inch, and cut across. Just gives you a little bit different of a look. So I hope you guys like me doing these two different versions of this card, and I would appreciate it a thumbs up if you liked it. Like, share my channel. It helps it to grow. It helps me to reach more people, and I do so appreciate that, as I do this simply for the fact that I love to share what I create in paper crafting. And I invite you to please come back and visit me in my wonderland. I would really love to know your comments on these two cards. If you feel so inclined, I do answer them all. It is the highlight of each and every one of my days to read those comments. Thank you all so very much, and have a very, very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye for now.